everyone, welcome to my channel guys. And before I start my review and share my thoughts, for those who have followed the King of Kotha reaction content on the channel, I think it was pretty evident how excited I was for the release of this film. How excited I was to watch Dulquer Salmaan in an out and out action role. And lastly, how excited I was hoping that what 2018 couldn't do for Malayalam cinema in terms of expanding its footing in the pan-India release space, King of Kotha will do that. This movie honestly had everything going for itself. You know, a big budget, big star, and really talented cast and crew. But I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not great either considering the hype surrounding the film. You know, I'm okay with a predictable storyline. Generally, I don't have issues with these things because even if you are rehashing a template, the execution of that template really matters to me. Because as an audience, the first and foremost thing that I look out for is how engaging the storyline is, how engaging the characters are, how invested I am in their lives. And for someone who has been following Malayalam cinema for the last couple of years, the one thing I always am confident about this industry is that it delivers on content. The story is written by Abhilash Chandran, and even though it's a template that we already know, there was a lot of potential for character development. I felt that for all the characters, everything and every dynamic was written in a very surface level manner, considering that the running length of this film is 3 hours. For example, the core of this film is actually the friendship between the two characters, Raju and Kannan, played respectively by Dulquer and Shabir. Now I'm seeing them play out these characters on screen, and it's not like they're acting anything bad. They're doing their roles, but I don't feel any emotional connect. When the friendship falters, it doesn't invoke anything inside my heart. And that is not the issue with just this character dynamic, it's almost there in every character dynamic. I feel that Raju's family relationship did not get explored as much because there was such a huge potential of doing that. For those who have watched the film, one thing which really bothered me, and it's still bothering me, is that we never found out what Raju's mother actually wrote in that letter. I was waiting till the end of the film that okay, we will finally get that closure, but that never happened. Then the love story part also, it was okay, but not magical. So I feel every character relationship in the film had so much potential to kind of flourish and really make us emotionally connected and invested in all of them. But it just remains at the surface level. And in my opinion, I think this happened because the focus was not, to make the characters shine. The focus was to make the movie stylish and actually create the massy moments. That's just my opinion. Please let me know if you felt the same. When it came to the writing or the staging of the action scenes, and there are many action sequences in the film, I particularly felt that the way the staging or the sequence of events that were happening which led to the action, it was particularly designed to create that mass entry or that larger than life entry of Dulquer. Now there is nothing wrong with that, but when it starts to feel extremely repetitive, when it starts to feel a little bit draggy, when you don't really get that high, because you're supposed to, for these kind of scenes, you're supposed to want to whistle, you're supposed to want to clap, you're supposed to want to get that goosebump feeling. But when that does not happen and you are seeing that there's so many set pieces which is following the same template, you feel really annoyed. And that happened with me. Like, I was looking at the screen and thinking, no, Dulquer doesn't deserve this. Dulquer does not deserve this. Now, of course, this is just a personal opinion, but instead of putting that focus on making it an action film, if King of Kotha was a gangster drama film, I think this movie would have worked wonders. Because that's what Malayalam cinema does so well. Create really amazing character sketches, give them a really good arc, create amazing dynamics between the characters, make us invested, make us root or hate for a particular character. So I think if the movie went in that direction, it would have really been amazing. For me, the weakest point of this film are the screenplay and the direction, because I could see the vision. That okay, this is what they wanted to show, but it has really not come out as well as they would have wanted it to. Now, the saving grace of the film, which actually made me and my husband also sit for 3 hours, because he's really fond of Dulquer, and the only reason that he went to watch this film with me is because of Dulquer. And I kept thinking to myself, this was such a missed opportunity, because Dulquer has that potential to transcend those language barriers and make the audience come into the theater, because he is known in the Hindi belt also fairly. Anyway, coming back to the things which actually are really, really amazing in the film, starting with the BGM. I swear what the scenes couldn't do, Jakes Bajoy's music did. The compositions of the BGM, the way the scenes have been staged, and the backing composition that those scenes have, they are so wonderfully composed. It gives you that poetic feeling, and believe me, if the music was not present, half the scenes wouldn't have invoked an emotion within you. At least that's the case with me. I loved every part of the background score that was curated for this film. Like, Jakes Bajoy hit bullseye. Next, the production design. The movie is based in the 80s as well as the 90s, like it follows that timeline, and it was so beautiful to look at. Like, the visuals of the film are stunning. The attention to detail on the accessories, on the shops. Oh my god, there's this huge fight scene in the middle of this market, and I could clearly see, like, my eyes literally went in the background, and there was this huge ad of HMT watches and Onida, and that actually made me appreciate the attention to detail given into the set design. Cinematography, color grading wise, also the film is very beautiful to look at. The entire movie is totally warm toned, except for the very last scene, but otherwise you see the entire warm tone which is there throughout the film. Now, since action is a very big part of the film, the action set pieces for me were just about okay. I wouldn't say they were bad, but they were just about decent. The one scene which I really loved is the climax action sequence, where Dulquer actually takes out his guns and he starts shooting people, and the camera is from the first person perspective. That portion was really cool. Now, when it comes to the running length, I really do not mind a 3-hour run length for a movie, and specifically for Malayalam cinema, I'm so used to a running length of 2.5, 2 hours 45 minutes and 3 hours. So it's really not a big deal for me as long as the movie is engaging, because usually what happens in Malayalam cinema, the first half of the film goes into a lot of context setting, and that is why the payoffs post interval are just so satisfactory. Unfortunately, in this case, the running length pinches you. There are moments when it builds up an interest, but then it falls flat. Then there are moments then it again builds up an interest, then falls flat. So I think the movie goes through that wave a lot, and it really doesn't hold my attention fully. Lastly, coming to the performances, first and foremost, I have to give a big shout out to Shabir, who plays the character of Kannan. He was amazing. Then Chemban Vinod, he has a small role, but it was hilarious. Like, his dialogues were funny. He made me laugh. It was nice. Shammi Dilgan, I feel, was wasted in the film. Such a good actor, and that relationship, that father-son relationship, the son-mother relationship also, they could have been explored so well. So I thought it was such a missed opportunity. Aishwarya Lakshmi was also fine. I would say, like, her role did not really create an impact for me. She was just fine. Last but not the least, coming to Dulquer. I mean, if you have followed my channel, for some time, you know how much of a huge fan of Dulquer Salmaan I am. I absolutely adore the guy. He's literally one of my favorites out there, and I've been very proud of him, that the kind of roles that he has been picking off late in the last couple of years, because he's also in that mode where he wants to experiment his acting range, and that is great, which is why I was so excited to see him in this gangster role. I mean, considering Mamuka did a role like Bhishma Parvam, which was also like so massy and so action packed, just to see Dulquer kind of play out a similar character, I was so excited. Unfortunately, through my eyes, I feel that he couldn't really translate that role 100%. Probably he went to it about 60%, but not fully. The first half, where he is rowdy and savage, but he still has a little bit of innocence and boyish charm, I could still believe him as Raju, but then translating it to a full-blown assassin who is so feared and invincible, I couldn't really be convinced fully. And trust me, I wanted to make my brain say that no, I'm convinced he's Raju. I'm fully convinced he's Raju, but then I can't lie to myself, no matter how much I love the actor. So yes, in the end, this will unfortunately become a forgettable film, which is heartbreaking to me personally, because I really wanted this movie to work. Not just as a fan of Dulquer, but as a fan of Malayalam cinema in general. But anyway, I'm not gonna lose my hopes of getting a really mass action entertainer from Malayalam cinema that is going to transcend everything and become a pan-India blockbuster, because the first step has already been taken, guys. So just because I did not really like one movie does not mean that the subsequent films that the directors are going to attempt in this space are not going to work. Every industry should make every kind of film, and it's always not a bullseye. So I feel that we all just have a learning curve. Like Malayalam cinema is so good at just content rich and rooted films. Maybe this is not their biggest strength, but it's always a learning process. So we never know. One day we'll get a very, very huge blockbuster action mass film, which is a pan India blockbuster from this industry. And I'm gonna wait for that day. So that was my review of King of Kotha. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Maybe for you, you love this film. So I would love to read that perspective also, that no, Ashmita, I think this film is amazing for so and so reason. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments as well. And yeah, I'm gonna sign off now and I will see you soon on my next video. Bye.